Hi everyone, it's your girl Dariana. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the title, as you can see, is You versus You. If this is your first time coming to my channel, I really appreciate you guys so much for watching me and tuning in. Honestly, I think that self-help improvement for women is like the biggest thing we need as women. I've studied and read, you guys should see my library. 19 years old, I started just reading so many books about habits, about goals, and about changing who you are and becoming the person you really want to become. Fast forward, I've achieved so much at my age. I'm creating a second business right now and it's doing really well. I'm in school and I'm doing very well in school. Got the house I wanted, the car I wanted. Of course, there's always room to grow. Every year is something new. Every season is a different season. And I really just wanted to come on here today and just kind of just give you guys my advice, especially how to do this in the most realist way. Honestly, one thing about it, I like to talk. I like to say my tea, but at the end of the day, like, I love to help women and real women. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh my gosh, like, just change your mindset. No, so much bigger than that. And I really just want you guys to really understand me, because I'm so passionate. If I start yelling, I swear it's only because I'm really passionate on this topic. Let's jump into it. I basically want us to get into the old us. The old you needs to go. So I want us to come to a understanding that no one is coming to save us, and for us to do what we need to do, we need to grow up. Honestly, truthfully, I understand that you scroll on social media 24/7 and you're like, oh my god, I really want this life. But I promise you, the people who has the life that you want, they are producing more than they're consuming. There was something that mind switched where they're like, okay, for me to get to this life or whatever dream that I have for myself, I need to grow up. I need to talk to myself and say, hey, we cannot keep doing this anymore. Because when it goes from you versus you, when it says the old you needs to go, I'm really meaning you need to look in the mirror and really understand what self-awareness is and what self-reflection is. I think people want to do this rebrand, and you can, yes, of course you can wake up, have a couple, inspos, motivation to like see someone's 5 a.m. routine, read a book and be like, oh my gosh, okay, this is the day. I'm going to have the motivation to wake up at 5, do this routine, whatever. You will probably do that routine for a good like 2-3 days, and then all of a sudden you're backsliding, right? What we don't understand is when we're doing something and we're completely like jumping into a new territory of something like that, where it's coming into people who are just basically high achievers, high performance achievers. It's not that this came out of nowhere, or like, no, they either had the discipline and they had to keep it going. You can become a high performance achiever literally right now. But guess what? For you to stay that, you have to be disciplined, correct? But what I'm saying is, before there was high achievers, before a high achiever became a high achiever, before I became a high achiever, I had to really sit down with myself and be like, you know what? My life, my old life is this way because X, Y, and Z. My bad habits, my procrastination, I read myself for filth. I think we really need to start reading ourselves for filth. I think we really need to kind of like low-key like humble us, like read us. Like honestly, I think who's gonna read or clock you like more than you? And I honestly feel like this is what people are scared of. You're scared to clock yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, I need to lose this weight. Or yeah, I should never did that a year ago. I should never been with that man. Or I should never did X, Y, and Z. Or I need to stop. Whatever you think, where like, I really need to stop doing this. And you know what it is. Whatever it is, whatever your vice is, whatever you know that's either harming you physically, emotionally, spiritually, you know what it is. I think we're not clocking. We clock everybody in this world, but we're not clocking ourselves. And that's the problem. Because once you clock yourself and you look yourself in that mirror and be like, you're not really who you think you are, but that's okay. Because once you clock yourself and you drill yourself down, I'm gonna need you to also put life back into you right after that. And you're probably like, Dariana, what do you mean? Go over the past, your mistakes. you're going to feel lighter. I don't know, once you do this, pray to God about it as well too, and ask for repent, ask for forgiveness only with God, but also for yourself. But once you do that, you're gonna feel lighter. Want to know why you feel lighter? Because all the stuff that you are saying in your mind, or your mind, I really want to say your mind is really saying all this to you, like your negative side of your mind, because you do have a positive, but that negative, that ugly girl that be trying to say like you not gonna be nothing, you can't, no. Let's put her, please, you have the floor, so let's say it, let's talk about it, right? Finally, let's get to it, let's get to the root of it. Because once you do this, once you get to that high level of achievement, follow me now, whoever comes in your life and tries to tell you about you, they can't say anything. Want to know why? Because you already did that. Face the worst of the worst. You know you. So it's like, no one can do that to you anymore. So then after you do all that, speak life back into you right after. Enough is enough, because me, Dariana, is blah, 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 blah. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am smart. I am intelligent. I'm yada, yada, yada. And then if you want to throw some manifestations out there, girl, say you a billionaire. Say you the top in your firm, top in your class, whatever your goal is. I want you to say this, and it might sound so odd and it might sound cringy. I don't care. You're going to say this. You're going to repeat it. You're going to wipe those tears off. And I'm like, today is the day where there's no longer, and today is the day where I'm going to get in the field with myself. Because guess what? I'm going to be my dream person. I'm going to be my dream self, and I'm not going to let old me get in the way of it anymore. So clock it. Self-awareness is the biggest thing that you can do for yourself as a woman, as a young woman, as a woman. You're always going to have to reflect on your eras. I really thought it stopped after I was 21. Don't know why I even thought that, but no, every season, every age is going to be completely different, a different lesson, a different. And I really want you to not get scared of self-awareness and to take accountability for within yourself, because it's not wrong. That is probably the most grown woman factor that you can do at your age. And if the sooner you realize this, is the sooner you're going to tap into your power. And that's what I really want y'all to understand. It's nothing wrong to sit here and go through your past and talk about the mistakes you made. Heck yeah, talk about it. Say sorry to a couple of people. If you don't talk to them no more, pray to God about it and be like, God, I'm so sorry I even treated your son, your daughter like that, for sure. But at the end of the day, once you're done with all that, mind you, I want you to do this one good time, one read, one really good filth, and I really want you to do it. After you do all that, I want you to speak life into you. I want you to understand that this is your mantra from here on out. We're not going to go back to the negative self-talk anymore. It's over. It's done. Okay? So after you do that, here comes the switch. You're going to realize you either stay the same or you make the change. Both hurt either way. Would you rather get a reward out of it? Or would you rather stay in that hurt and just stay there? It's going to hurt either way, right? Get a reward. This is what sticks the most. Discipline. You can have 30 vision boards. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. My vision board changed about every month. Listen, I be having different personalities. Listen. But I do know what stays the same is my discipline. If I'm going to say I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to build this routine, and mind you, my routine can be different every season. Sometimes I want to wake up at 5. Sometimes I want to get up at 8. Whatever my time is, that is when I'm starting my day, and that's when I'm starting my routine. Whether it's looking like I'm cooking my breakfast, I'm going to go to the gym, however many times I'm going to the gym, if I'm walking, whatever it is, you build your routine, right? You build your routine from morning and from nighttime. The morning and night routine are the biggest things, because that is when you're waking up and that is when you're winding down. The wake up and the wind down are different, but they're also similar, because this is you starting your day and how you're ending your day, but it's also taking care of your night as well, so you can wake up as fresh as you can be and be the best person you can be. I feel like when it comes to the rebrand, like I said, discipline is the main factor. Motivation is the biggest myth. If you're leading with motivation and you're always you feel like you have to be in the mood to do what you said you're going to do, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, baby. That doesn't work. Okay? That does not work at all. That does not work. So we're not going to do that anymore. We are going to do it even when we don't feel like it. That's what discipline is. Discipline is doing something when we really don't want to do that. But guess what? I have to do this because my future self is counting on me to do this. I have to. It's not a negotiation. Like, I know you have to get up to go to your job, because if you don't, you're not going to get money. And if you don't get money, you won't be paying your bills. And if you don't pay your bills, you're going to be kicked. This is the same thing. This is the most high priority when it comes to you. The rebrand is cute. We can talk about vision boards all day, but it's the action that goes into the rebrand. If you are constantly daydreaming all day and night about what your life is going to be, go for it, for sure. You got to have a kick out of something. Listen, but at the end of the day, it's not going to matter if you're not putting any action behind it. You can't keep showing up and keep lying to yourself, or not lying to yourself, but also disrespecting yourself. You can't keep disrespecting yourself saying you're going to do something, you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do the whole self-reflection thing, you're going to do your self-awareness, also build trust within yourself yet again. You're like, well, Dariana, what do you mean build trust? Well, I do trust me. Do you? Because if you tell yourself that, hey, I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you slept through that alarm and this is your second time doing it, what does that trust look like? When you're looking at your goals and you wrote down a ton of things, baby, but you ain't put no actions behind that, then what is that? You're clearly disrespecting yourself. You're clearly not trusting yourself, because if you were to trust yourself, you would trust the fact that even though that I'm writing this down, even though that I'm setting my standards high and I'm trying to get into this new mindset, this new version of me, I'm going to do what I need to do so I can have what it takes for here on out. You're choosing right now in this very age. Which one are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the old you, or are you going to choose the new you? Because you keep going back and forth about this new you and all this stuff. You keep saying that since last New Year's. And when it comes to understanding who you are and what you're not going to tolerate in your morale, your integrity as a woman, and you really hone that in, and you hone in and also move in this world being genuine, being kind, and also being having emotional regulation, you're going to win in this life. Literally, I promise you're going to win. You just have to believe it. If you don't believe in you, no one is going to believe in you. And if you don't have no one believing in you, I don't care. Believe in yourself. Literally. Because like I keep telling y'all, no one is coming to save you. Why do you think someone needs to come into your life, your world, and inside of you to make you do what you know you need to do? You see what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about support here. I'm not talking about like if you have support from your parents or nothing. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about once you become a full-grown adult and it's literally just you or your husband or whatever, even your own husband, it doesn't matter. You have to do what you need to do as a woman. Nobody is coming in. Like, just how y'all be saying, these men need to take accountability. Oh, baby, I'm looking at y'all. I'm looking at y'all as well. Because one thing about it, women, I love y'all to death. Not saying y'all don't know how to take accountability, for sure. Y'all know how to make something shake. Listen, women are strong at the end of the day. But I want y'all to understand as well, we're strong, but we're also very emotional. We have to keep our emotions in check. We be thinking we be dead right every time. Listen, check yourself first. Always look at different POVs. Look at the POV of your life. Would you want to, like, literally, like, if you was the main character of a show right now, what type of show would this be? Shameless or Queen of the South, or is it giving, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying Queen of the South like the cocaine and everything, but I'm saying, like, is it giving Shameless? Is it giving, or what's the Boss Babe show? Oh, I can't think. Is it giving Gossip Girl? Their life was a fairy tale. Shameless, they were in the constant of struggle, mind you, city of Chicago, constant struggle, constant family trauma. Oh my gosh. Do you want to be Shameless or do you want to be Gossip Girl? Like, pick your poison, please. And listen. And I want y'all to also think, because y'all would think just because you're on the star, you're probably Fiona in Shameless right now, right? please don't ever think you can't be the star of Gossip Girl later. Fiona picked up her stuff and realized this is not for her anymore and decided to leave her family because they were toxic. They kept giving her crap. They were taking advantage of her, everything. And then she realized, like, you know what? I'm not growing here. So I'm going to live my life and I'm going to rebrand. Fiona went on a rebrand, literally. Why are we not doing the same thing? And why do you think you can't do the same thing? It's another thing that I don't care for because I hear it all the time. It's this can't word. I can't do this. I come from here. I come from there. I don't want to hear that. Genuinely, honestly, truthfully, I don't want to hear it. Use your resources. As many things that are on the internet on how to rebrand your life. Give yourself, like, research it. Pick it up, study it. Do what you need to do. I promise you, you think that what you have available to you is the only thing that you can have in this world, in this life. And honey, I promise you, I'm gonna tell you, if no one told you this, I'm gonna tell you this, that's a lie. If you know you come from less and want more, that is very, 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 listen to me, very important to understand. You can definitely come from less and want more and have more. That's not a myth. That's a real thing. That is a truly real thing. I know a lot of stories that I've heard from women that are entrepreneurs or even in the top law firms, 500 Fortune companies, and they started from, they didn't have rich families. They didn't have the resources that most of these kids had, going to private schools where they had to work their butt off. And I really want y'all to understand, you're going to have to put in the work. Because if you're trying to live through people's lives and thinking that you're supposed to have their life when you did not put in the work is insane and is very, very scary. And that is something that you will kind of be pissed off for, that someone will come into your life thinking they're supposed to have access to this life that you worked your butt off for and they didn't. You wouldn't even want someone to do that to you. So why do you think that's okay for you to do it to other people? Oh my God, I can't stand these Instagram influencers. Oh my gosh, all they do is just flaunt what they have. And you guys eat it up. You can't be mad. At the end of the day, if it was, not saying trading lives, like you want her life, no. I'm saying if there was a day where you didn't have to worry about money, you didn't have to worry about food on the table, you didn't have to worry about, you can buy whatever you want. Would you not want that? Would you not want that for yourself? However your dream life you will want, would you not want that? Okay, so don't get mad that people are living the life that you want because they put in the work that you didn't. And what's the crazy part is, I'm telling you right now that you can. The crazy part is, I'm telling that you can put in this work. The crazy part is that I know you can do it. You want to know why I know you can do it? Is because you're literally listening to me right now. That's how I know. So stop literally crying every single day thinking that you can't do something when God gave you the ability to literally be exactly who you are. Find your superpower, hone in your superpower. And you're like, well, Dariana, what is my superpower? Your superpower is something that literally everybody talks about from you. And I mean, like, something you can't even, like, really explain. You might be really good at math out of nowhere. You might be really gifted on something that you're probably super creative, really good at math, really good at organizing, really good at building stuff, really good at designing things, really. You have no idea what God can bless you with if you hone in your superpower and you hone in on the gifts and talents that he gave you and really dig in deep. And that's another thing what I be saying about the self-awareness. That goes back to self-awareness. If you sit down, like I told you, you read yourself fulfilled, but also you built yourself back up. You also have to tell yourself and realize what your superpower is. Once you realize your superpower, everything else is done for. Because not only do you know your superpower, but you also know who you really are, the good, the bad. And then you also can give yourself grace when there's times that you do fall short. There are also times where you can give yourself grace and forgiveness where you fall short, and give yourself the moment where you're like, okay, maybe I didn't go to the gym, but that's okay. I'm going to do a 10-minute walk instead. Okay, like, I'm not feeling so good today is because I got triggered by something, family, boyfriend drama, whatever, friendship drama, whatever, got triggered. it didn't set you back, but it definitely your head up a little bit. Give yourself that time, because at the end of the day, we're human. But what I'm telling you guys, give yourself that time. My mother has always told me, you got about 5 to 30 minutes to cry, and we have stuff to do. Want to know why she told me this? Is because at a very young age, she taught me emotional regulation. I'm not telling you guys that you can't be emotional. Absolutely not. What I'm telling you is that you cannot sit in your pain for this long and think that something is going to change. It's not going to. Want to know why? Because you keep reminiscing, you keep playing it in your head, you keep telling yourself that you can't, you keep telling yourself that you're not capable, you keep telling yourself you're not able. Who is telling you this? Seriously, who are you to say that you're not able or capable of doing something? Have you tried? And no, I'm not saying trying for like 1 day, 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, I give up. What, like, so the dude that invented the light bulb, who was the dude that invented it? Thomas Edison, right? He was, yeah. Yeah, I know my history. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. Imagine this light, this beautiful light I got in front of this beautiful face. Imagine if Thomas Edison, on his 101st try, imagine if at the 100th try, he gave up trying to invent the light bulb. He's like, on his 100th try, he was like, I'm done. Forget it. Screw it, right? Then he's like, you know what? Let me try it again. And on 101, he got it right. You might be on try 55, girl. Maybe 23. And your lucky number is 105. You got numbers to go. And if you're got numbers to go, I need you to be obsessed with the journey, not obsessed with the result. That's another thing. What I'm telling you is, it's going to take hard work. It's going to take resilience, discipline. But I promise you, riddle me this, if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's not. So guess what? If you want the life that you want, that only a good 5 to 1% of people, 1 to 5% people have in this world, baby, you're going to have to go against all odds, and you're going to have to do something that the rest of this world don't do. That means you do not need to get advice from people you do not want to trade lives with. And I really want y'all to hear me. I'm not going to ask an eggplant how to become a strawberry. It's not a strawberry. So why would I ask? There's no point, right? Follow me. And this is not being mean. This is not being harsh. This is just me being real. I had to realize this at a very young age. And when I tell you, the sooner I realized it, and the sooner I realized my power, I ain't going back to that old me. I ain't going back to that old life I had. I'm not. And I'm not saying my life was just the worst, but I'm just saying I know how hard I worked to get who God created me to be, the person I was envisioning in my head this whole time. And I never thought in a million years she would ever come out to this day. And listen, she here. She still got more growing and developing to do. But I'm so happy and I'm blessed that I'm here than who I was years ago. And I'm so happy that future me told myself, baby girl, get up, we got stuff to do. Oh, we got stuff to do. I am so happy 19-year-old me saw the vision, saw my worth right then and there in that room, in my childhood bedroom, and was like, you know what? Today is the day. Enough is enough. I'm so happy I gave myself that self-talk, that pep talk. I read myself for filth that night so bad I cried. But you know what? I'm so happy that happened, because I would never go back to who I used to be. Want to know why? Because that old girl loved her to death. But who God really created me to be, and when God has your hands on your life and you take away all your vices, all the things that was hurting you spiritually, emotionally, physically, it's like a peace that you have no idea about until you get it. And once you do get it, babes, you're not going to let anybody ever come into your life to disrupt it. And that's another thing. You're not going to let anybody disrupt your peace that you work so, it's not even about status or anything. I'm getting to the root, the peace. The peace. If it is costing you your peace, it is too much. Once you go through this self-awareness and you do the things that really feed and build your mind to success, and you really clear all these, it is a very beautiful thing, and it's a very beautiful journey. You're going to realize how things around you was just like concerning. And once you realize this, your appetite is going to be different. Oh, your appetite is going to be so different. You're going to be like, what the? You're not probably going to go around the same people anymore. People are going to be like, oh my God, you've changed. That's the point. You're probably not going to go to the same places you went to, bars, clubs, whatever, right? You're not going to be in the same thing you were into, the old you used to do. The new you loves some caviar. The new you don't drink tea no more. We drink champagne now. Well, we drink champagne and tea. Listen, you know what I'm trying. You got this, right? You got this. You want to know why I know you got this? Because if I can do it, one day I'm gonna tell y'all my story. It's not gonna be on here though. I'm gonna tell y'all my story one day. I said a little bit, but I'm gonna really tell y'all my story. If I told y'all what I've been through at a very young age, as a teenager, even in my life as in my 20s, y'all would be like, huh? And this is what it looks like when God gives you grace. And not only when God gives you grace, but when you repent and you sit down with God. And guess what? When you don't let people turn your heart bitter, and you give yourself that self-reflection, that accountability that you need, and you move on with your life gracefully and not staying stuck in a place where somebody, either a place, a thing, or a person had you messed up. Seriously. Dust it off. Go about your business. Take it to the chin. That's it. That's all you got to do. And the only way you're able to do this if you go back to the self-awareness and have an emotional regulation. That is the key thing here, you guys. When it comes to you versus you, getting rid of the old self and jumping into the new. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you like, subscribe, comment. Let me know how I did on this video. I really hope everything that I said resonated with you guys, and what was your favorite part. Make sure you follow me on all my socials. Mwah! Bye everybody. See you guys soon.